Hey, it's me, Jesse Lee, with Hot Topic and Sweating Out with Bayside. What's going on?
Hi, Jesse.
Guys?
How's it going?
Thank you so much for stopping by the Hot Topic Hot Box, man.
Yeah.
How's the weekend been so far? Any big highlights?
The whole thing is kind of this is such a fun event. I was talking to Ed about it yesterday. It's nice that after 20 years of touring, or over 20 years of touring, and I mean even on our stage, we've been on tour with almost every band on our stage.
Yeah.
And to have something at this scale that sort of recognizes all of the bands and is really kind of putting us up, it's nice to be able to see the kind of scene that was building over 20 years be represented at this level as something that's this big, and to be part of it. It's kind of like, it's been gratifying like that. To get together with your friends, you're like, you believe this? Like,
Right.
this is all like where we've
All these people still care.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like we never knew what we were doing was like important,
Right.
you know, while we were doing it.
Yeah, like
And
you didn't know you were creating something that was
Yeah.
gonna like.
That-
Our scene was never like self-aggrandizing, you know.
Yeah.
Like we kind of just kept working, and this is what we want to do for a living. And
Yeah.
you know, some bands went on to be bigger, but they, you know, the rising tide or raised
Raised
all
all
boats.
shit, yeah.
That happened to a certain extent, but a lot of bands, when they get bigger, they want to be alternative bands and not emo bands, you know. So like
Yeah.
our bands kind of felt the rise of the scene, but something like this, when we're all together, you see how big the scene actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
it's
must feel
cool
like
to
a little bit
go
a-
to Barnes and Noble and like there's books in there that we're in, you know
Oh,
what I
yeah,
mean? And
yeah.
it's like, it's like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, we just like when we were grinding it out, all these bands were grinding it out in
Yeah.
the early days. Like nobody knew that this was gonna be something cool.
You're
you
literally
know?
writing emo history, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like at the time, I'm sure you didn't think like, oh, we're creating a scene here. You're just making music, and the scene kind of formed around you.
Yeah,
almost.
in 20 years, we're gonna go play this record, all
Yeah.
these records in Vegas, and all these people are gonna
Absolutely.
I mean,
I was
what's
saying-
crazy is that it's just generational too. Like
Yeah.
we're starting to see families come with their kids to
Yeah.
our shows now,
Yeah.
and like if you asked us 20 years ago, we wouldn't have ever considered that. But now that it's happening, you're like, wow, I guess that's what happens when your band's been around for 25 years.
Yeah.
I was saying it felt like last night our set felt like kind of like an exclamation point to an era. Not that it's the end of something,
Yeah.
but like playing last night at the time we played in the dark with all the lights and just like us playing this record together
Yeah.
really felt like
Nice.
something bigger than I thought it was going to feel.
So
well, it's really
it was
special
incredible.
too, I think, for a lot of us because, like, bands like ours, all these bands, like, we don't play Coachella, you know, like we don't
Right.
play Glastonbury, we don't play, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we don't get let into those clubs.
Right.
You know, like because this music is not cool enough for those, you know. So
This
we
is your
do this,
Woodstock.
and it's just as big as any of that. You know what I mean? And it's sort of like really validating to know, like,
Yeah.
we didn't need them, right? And like we have our own club.
Right. You held on to what you wanted to do, and it came
Mhm.
back around.
Yeah.
Are you guys playing the album front to back this weekend?
Yeah.
Nice.
We
In
actually
order.
we are able to fit it all in. We have
Wow. That's what
we
she
have
said.
we have a 45-minute set, and the record recorded is 40 minutes. So
We finished 1 minute, or we went on 3 minutes early. Oh wait, no, we went on 3 minutes. We basically were 1 minute ahead of schedule at the end of
Nice.
the day.
yeah.
So
I
professional.
I
We
usually
are
drink
so
like 3
professional.
waters throughout a set,
Yeah.
and I had like maybe 5 sips of water because we were just going trying to fit the whole record in.
We're very responsible. We don't want to cut into anyone else's,
Yeah.
set times.
Yeah,
So
the last
we
thing you
did
want
it.
is to be walking around later and some guy's like, you messed up. You didn't fit it all in. No one is
Well-
ever going to be able to say that about us. About that show yesterday.
When was the last time you guys played the album all the way through before this weekend?
Did we?
Last
Yeah,
weekend.
Oh.
Yeah.
We did. Well, we
Yeah.
learned
Other
that
than
we
that.
had a couple of shows last weekend, and we had like done all the work to learn this record, so it seemed like we might as well do it,
Yeah.
somewhere. So we played like a cool show like outside of Joshua Tree last weekend. We were like, let's play the record, So we
Yeah.
did the record there, but before that, I don't know, 10 years.
These songs
Yeah.
have also always been like in
15 years ago?
rotation. Like
That's fair,
there was
yeah.
really only I think 2 or 3 that we played yesterday that haven't been in rotation in
Yeah.
a few years. So
Yeah.
playing it through it was just the only thing that was different was playing it consistently through.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of, although we're in this scene and these are our peers, we're kind of different in the way that like 20 years ago the album we put out wasn't platinum, like it wasn't
Right.
our like stamp in the ground,
Gotcha.
stamp on the ground kind of thing. Like it became big over time, and our peers, it's like it's kind of equal to a lot of those records now, but it wasn't big at the time.
Yeah,
you know?
we're
So-
the biggest we've ever been now,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is like a
Also,
strange,
we haven't stopped.
Which is a strange thing.
We
yeah.
haven't stopped. I don't know, and that's not me talking shit, but like, how many
Talk
bands
shit.
do you think took breaks
Yeah.
on this festival?
Yeah.
Or am I wrong?
Majority,
probably a
majority
bunch.
of them, I would
Yeah,
say.
bunch.
Yeah, there's a few of them, right? So
yeah,
we just
and I
we
think
haven't
that's why,
stopped.
you know,
Yeah.
like it is probably the record we're playing probably is our most popular record, but like Nick said, like that's because it grew over time. It
Yeah.
wasn't popular when it came out.
Right.
But the band is just much bigger now, so that the new fans we made went back and found this record.
Well, like you said, you guys never quit, you never stopped. You just put
Mhm.
out a new record not too long ago. It's got a great collab on there with Spencer Charnas from Ice
Yeah,
Nine
yeah.
Kills. How did that come together?
Which we have you guys to thank for, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Did you know that?
No, I did not. Please go on.
When we were young, the first year of when
Yeah.
we were young, Spencer was doing an interview for Hot Topic at When We Were Young and was asked if he could collaborate with anybody on the show. Who would it be? And he said us. And somebody showed it we didn't know them.
Yeah.
And then so that interview happened with you guys here, and somebody was like, "Oh, have you seen this?" And I was like, "Dude, get me his number." So
That
like I hit
rules.
him up, and then like we recorded that song like a month later.
That rule. Oh man, let's see if we can get fire strike twice or whatever, or lightning
Yeah.
strike twice.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
Let's do
well,
it.
that collab's we can make happen.
Yeah,
this
whoever's
weekend.
in here, just be like, what do you
Yeah,
guys think
yeah,
about Bayside?
Well, speaking of fans of your band, it was pretty cool. I saw Teddy Swims as a fan of your band.
Yeah,
Great.
That
yeah.
was raw. Can we make that happen? Let's get that collab going.
That'd be
right?
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, reach out to
Dude.
him.
Our old
That-
manager is like one of the people who signed him, right? Like Nate Albert signed him.
Is he
to-
involved in that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
don't know.
like our old manager, Nate Albert from the Mighty Mighty Bosstones.
Yeah.
You know, he's a high up music executive, and
Yeah.
I believe he signed Teddy Swim. So it's good to see like we have more than one. You know, Teddy
Yeah.
Swim's a fan, but even above that, it's like that's our
Right.
old manager.
It's
6
interesting
degrees of
because
Teddy
Nate,
Swims.
Yeah.
Nate Albert, our old manager, told me when we were young, like around when this record came out, is when we met him. He came to the studio while we were recording this record. That's
Oh,
the first
nice.
time we met him, and he started managing us as we were recording this record. And I remember one of the pieces of advice he gave us was like, because he was in the Mighty Mighty Bosstones, who was a band for multiple decades.
Yeah.
So he was like, if you want to be a band for a long time, if you plan to be a band for a long time, always be good to everybody, treat everybody right.
Yeah.
Even the kids, treat everybody great, because these kids grow up and
Oh,
they
yeah.
become some, they wind up in different places in life, and that's like that's now that we've been a band for 25 years, we see that all the time. Like
Yeah.
Teddy Swims, like is now on top of the world, and he's like, dude, I saw you guys when I was 13. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Could you imagine if you were accidentally like, a dick to Taylor Swift or something
Yeah,
and
right.
realized when she was a
Yeah,
kid?
right. Yeah.
She's like, yeah, fuck Bayside.
We're a nice group of guys. We're pretty well behaved, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I think
People
that's
like us, damn it.
that's just good life advice in general. Just be nice. Don't
Yeah,
be a
be
dick.
Yeah,
cool.
why not?
Nice
It's
to
easier to
people.
be cool. It
much
takes
easier to be
effort
cool, yeah.
to be a dick.
So, after we're done nostalgia dumping after this weekend, what do you have coming up next in the world Bayside? I know you have a solo tour coming up pretty soon, right?
I do,
Or-
yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, I'm doing a solo tour. I got a solo record coming out this fall,
Yeah.
and I'm doing a tour around it because the band has a lot of time off this year.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a reset. I get to like write some songs that sound different than the band and experiment a little bit with that. And the reason the band is taking so much time off this year is because next year's our 25th anniversary.
Nice.
And we're doing a big 25th anniversary tour next year. We're playing like more shows than we've played in a year by a lot.
A double, I think.
Yeah, probably.
It's double.
Probably more than
Yeah,
double.
theoretically double, because
Um,
we're playing 2 nights everywhere.
We're playing 2 nights in every city. Where the first night will be a set list of songs from our first 4 records, and the second night will be a set list of songs from our second 5 records. Because now, I mean, we have 9 records, and that's like 20 singles,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's hard to make a set list and get the deeper cuts in. So
Makes sense.
with 2 completely different set lists, we're going to be playing like around 50 songs in every city throughout the course of that
Dude.
tour. So we'll get into the deep cuts that we don't usually get to, and
That's awesome.
experiment, or dig deeper into records that we don't usually play
Yeah.
a lot of stuff on.
The diehards are gonna love that one.
I think it's cool. I kind of just thought of this. Like I feel like if you're a musician, you guys can agree with me. You all kind of we all hit plateaus, right?
Yeah.
As being a player, I feel like us doing this, like learning these 50 songs and having to do 2 sets every night. I feel like it's gonna make us.
Oh, yeah.
We're already
It's
good.
gonna challenge you,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say it. I feel like it's going to level us up just as individuals and just as a band. So it's something to look forward to, I think, even in just like the excitement of like, oh, we're going to get better next year.
Yeah.
Like, it's
The
good. We're
amount
going to
of
put work in,
Yeah, the amount
but
of
we're going to get
rehearsing,
better.
Yeah.
And well, it's interesting because when we make set lists, like at least half the set list is made already. You know,
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah,
songs we
right.
at least have. We play about 20 to 22 songs a night usually,
Yeah.
and about half of it is like songs that we have to play.
Right.
You
Right,
know?
yeah. They got the
So
bangers
we
gotta
only
go
have
in
a
there.
few to work with, and out of those few we have to work with, we're usually promoting a new record. So then it's going to be a couple of those, and then it's like, okay, 2 or 3 deep cuts throughout from the other 8 records. You know.
Right.
But this is a way, like we started talking about like what we might play on that tour next year, and it's like, cool, I love this song. It was never a popular song, so it could never make the cut under those conditions.
Yeah.
But it's like, I've always loved this song from this record. Like, we could finally play it, you know?
That's awesome. Yeah, again, it's gonna make a lot of diehard fans super happy too. The ones been waiting to hear those tracks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's great. I got 2 more questions for you. These are spicy ones, okay?
Yeah.
Lock in with me here. I need you to rate this song on a scale from 1 to 10 for me.
Okay.
Hallelujah, the Leonard Cohen version.
The Leonard Cohen version.
Yeah.
1 to 10. That's a really good song.
If the Leonard Cohen recording?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that changes things.
I know I haven't spent a lot of
4?
time with it. So.
5?
Okay.
I feel a lot better. I was going to say 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say 5.
I'm gonna be honest.
I
I'm
don't
not gonna be
wanna rock the boat.
posers. I haven't
Yeah,
spent a lot of
let's
time
be
with it.
honest.
I'm
so.
going to out myself by saying that I don't think the Jeff Buckley version's the best version either.
Which one do you like?
Pentatonics.
Pentatonics?
Pentatonics.
Which one's in Shrek? I like that one. That's good.
The Pentatonics one is in Shrek?
No, I said which one's in Shrek. I like that one.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I'll go
We're
5.
gonna solid 5. Solid 5.
Five
So,
across the board.
I'm going to
That
say the
was-
Leonard Cohen version is a 5.
yeah, that was Hey Monday's answer to this next question I have for you guys. What is the greatest song of all time? I know it's tough.
I probably should just say the first thing that came to my head.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely,
I shouldn't
the very
overthink
first
it.
thing.
What are you gonna say?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was
That's-
going to say
that's
a
my
Queen
answer.
song or fucking Hey Jude. Right? Or
Classic,
yeah,
yeah.
like like a universal song
If
that
I
you
thought
play anywhere in the world.
If I thought about it longer,
worldwide.
I might come up with a different answer. But the first thing that came to my head is Bohemian
That's what
There's
Rhapsody.
a lot to
Looking
take into
for the-
consideration.
Oh, yeah.
I have favorite songs before Bohemian
Yeah.
Rhapsody, but if you wanted like 200,000 people to sing along in a
Right.
field right now, I'd play
The
Bohemian
most
Rhapsody.
universally appreciated song ever written.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for the next interview, I can use that as your answer. It's the greatest song of all time.
I'm gonna go with I'm still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good
I'm a
one
big
too.
U2 guy. I like
U2's
that.
good.
Do you
Great
need
song.
you need a consensus
We
from
need
us?
one.
Though,
I
right?
know it's tough.
We need a consensus.
I'm on my own here with this one. But
We
yeah,
got 3
I'm
against
good
1
with
here for
any. Yeah,
Bohemian.
Queen. I would say
Yeah.
Bohemian
Hey Jude,
Rhapsody is
comma,
good,
I
yeah.
still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Comma,
Bohemian
I can
Rhapsody.
say
Featuring-
Bohemian was
featuring
one of the
Bohemian
answers for
Rhapsody.
Bayside. How about
Bohemian,
that?
yeah,
I don't
Bohemian
have to say it was
Rhapsody.
the entire band's
Yeah.
answer.
You don't want to be on the hook for Hot Topic breaking up Bayside right now.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for hanging out and chat with me. I hope we
Thanks,
can find
Jeff.
you
Thank
another collab this weekend. Hope we
Yeah.
make that work out.
Yeah, please,
Everyone
yeah.
go
Get to it.
stream and engage with Bayside, all right?
Yeah, let us know if anybody says anything really nice about it, or really bad, or really not nice.
Yeah.